Okay, let's go to your headlines. Number one, if you were a Price is Right fan, and I've always been more of a Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune person myself, but if you were a Price is Right fan, you may want to reconsider ever watching the show again. And I'm not one for boycotts normally, but I think a company donating money to mass murderers is about as good a reason to boycott as you're ever going to find. The Price is Right this past Monday aired a primetime special called The Price is Right at Night, and RuPaul the drag queen was there for some reason, raising money for Planned Parenthood. Apparently the show pledged to match all cumulative prize winnings for the entire episode and then donate all that to Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood is an organization, I remind you, that kills 300,000 children every single year, more than 300,000 children every year. And we should also note that Planned Parenthood already rakes in over $1 billion a year. Okay, from the money they get from the abortions, they make hundreds of millions on abortions, and then also they get $500 million a year from the government, and still do, because that's something that our supposed pro-life Republicans never did anything about when they had the chance to. So not only do they kill children, but if somehow that's not good enough reason to refrain from making them the charity that the charity beneficiary for your show, they also are a very rich organization, and they're not hurting for cash at all. There are many organizations out there that are hurting for cash and that also don't make $1 billion a year and don't make $500 million a year from the government, and that also, don't kill kids. I mean, believe it or not, there are organizations out there that need money, that don't get money from the government, and that rather than killing kids, actually feed kids and clothe kids and provide services to kids. How about one of those instead? Number two, here's another massive scandal that will get no attention whatsoever from the national media. According to a report from the local ABC affiliate in Harrisburg, the Pennsylvania health secretary's mother was pulled out of a nursing home and put in a hotel. Now remember, Pennsylvania sent COVID patients into nursing homes, just like New York, New Jersey, California, other states. On a mandate, they sent these infected people, not people who'd recovered. In New York, it was they had to be stable. So as long as the coronavirus patient is stable, then you can send them to the nursing home. That doesn't mean recovered, and that doesn't mean not contagious. That just means they're not on their deathbed yet, or anymore. And so Pennsylvania did that too. Sent the people in nursing homes, but at least in the case of the health secretary's mother, she was protected. So shows us government officials knew what the result would be, knew what would happen, so they protected their own loved ones while leaving the rest to die. And many of them did die. In fact, in Pennsylvania has 4,000 COVID deaths. 70% of them. And this number keeps going up because we talked about this, yesterday or a few days ago. And the number wasn't 70% then. So now what they're telling us is that 70% of deaths in Pennsylvania are from nursing homes. That leaves, if you're doing the math, that leaves around 1,000 in a state of 13 million who died outside of nursing homes, which would be 0.008% of the population. But the state just extended their lockdowns into June. 0.008% of the non-nursing home population in Pennsylvania has died, and they extended the lockdown into June. Number three, this isn't really a headline, but it is news. I want to show you this. This is from Avik Roy. He's a Forbes editor, and he got this data from the CDC. I want you to take a look. Here's a table showing COVID-19 deaths by age group. We talked about the nursing home population. Well, it's not just nursing homes, okay? Here are how many died in each group per million people. And this is for the United States. So you can see there, under 25, your chance of dying from it is literally 1 in a million. Okay? Under 45, it's 17 in a million. And then as you get into the 65 and over, and this doesn't take into account, by the way, pre-existing conditions. So if you're 45 and under, generally speaking, your chances of dying are 17 in a million. But if we were to narrow that down, if you're 45 and under and healthy, then it's even less than 17 in a million. But then you look, and as we get into 65 and over, then 75 and over, especially, and then most of the vast majority of deaths are 85 and over. When you look at the bar graph, you compare the bar for 85 and over to the bar for 45 and under or 25 and under. So we shut down our whole society for a disease that almost exclusively kills people who are 75 and over or 85 and over, which is just incredible. Now here's more. I want you to show you this too. This is also from Roy. Again, CDC information. And it's a map that shows the percentage of deaths from nursing homes in each state. So take a look. And we've been covering this on the show extensively. But you see there, you look around at these states, 50%, 60%, a lot of 50s and 60%, 70%, 80%. I mean, this is truly the nursing home disease. We could rename the coronavirus the nursing home disease, NHD 19, because that's what it is. You take out the nursing home deaths and the deaths of people 75 and over, so like the nursing home set, whether they're in nursing homes or not, the nursing home demographic, you take that out and you have a disease that's about as deadly as a bad flu. And for some demographics, a lot less deadly than a bad flu. A lot more people who are 24 and under, especially, and a lot more kids especially, have died of the flu than COVID-19. Number 4, the singer Bryan Adams got himself into trouble, has caused controversy because he blamed coronavirus on, quote, bat-eating bastards. That's what he said in an Instagram post. There's been a lot of consternation over this. He says, "Tonight was supposed to be the beginning of a tenancy of gigs, but thanks to some effing bat-eating, wet market animal-selling, virus-making, greedy bastards, the whole world is now on hold, not to mention the thousands that suffered or died from this virus. My message to them, other than thanks an effing lot, is go vegan." People are very upset about this. I don't see the problem. I mean, it seems to be a lot of accuracy there. I mean, you know what? And you also have to allow people. I know that this it's salty language, and it's not. Who cares? I think you have to allow people to be angry. Okay, and the fact is that this virus did come from China, and it seems pretty obvious that there was a lab involved in there somewhere. Also, maybe the wet markets. I mean, people are going to be angry, and you have to allow people to be angry. This is not racism. This is just people are pissed off. And yes, they're mad at China. They should be, and that's okay. We're allowed to be. Number 5, a nice segue here. Perhaps the Bryan Adams post will be discussed in an upcoming NBC special. Reading from Deadline, it says, as Asians and Asian Americans continue to be the target of harassment during the coronavirus pandemic, NBC Asian America, an arm of NBC News, will host a virtual town hall titled United Against Hate on May 13th, which is, what is that today? Well, it's today. You can watch it. With guest appearances from comedian Margaret Cho. The town hall will examine the rise of racism against Asian Americans during the pandemic and what can be done on a legislative, nonprofit, and individual level. That's what NBC News is focused on. Okay, we got this pandemic, thousands dying, economy destroyed. What we're focused on, though, is people saying mean things about Asians. That's the important stuff. And that's the real crisis here, right? We can all agree? Yeah. Thank you for tuning into the Daily Wire, one of the fastest growing conservative media outlets in the entire country. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and a subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any of our content.